I've heard the word empowerment a lot lately, and it's all over. For me, the definition of empowerment is action.
Okay.
Woman empowerment is not a word, it's an action. What are you doing in your community, in your homes, by your colleagues' sides out there?
So woman empowerment is an action by a collective. And that collective is both man and woman.
That's true.
That is the only way. Yes, women, we can empower each other. But if Elon Musk decides today he wants to have a subdivision of just women-led businesses, that is a man who's taking his money and his influence to make a difference.
Sup people, I hope you're good. Welcome to another episode of Salt.podcast. I know that I've been away for 3 months, not giving you anything. You have been complaining about that, but now we're fixing the matter. And today I'm really happy and I'm really honored to have 2 ladies. It's for the first time ever that I'm shooting with 2 ladies, 2 guests. And today, so I just don't like introducing people, but I will really appreciate if they can introduce themselves. But just to let you guys know that I'm really honored to have you here. We have been running women empowerment, and I just think I'm like, maybe it's better if we can bring the master of the domain. Then she can just come and explain to us the whole concept of women empowerment, because I have my own understanding of empowerment. You guys have your own, and every person has his own understanding of empowerment, especially women. Welcome, guys, to my podcast. Can you please introduce yourself?
Okay, my name is Katia Ribeiro. I'm a woman empowerment specialist as well as an entrepreneur. I own 2 businesses. That's me in a nutshell. Thank you.
Wow, that's really good. You own 2 businesses.
Yes, I do.
Which are?
Branding, which is a man-made industry, as well as the beauty industry. I own a salon, and I do a lot of work with women in the woman empowerment realm and the community, building community, and also skills transfer hand in hand with my salon.
Wow, I'm really impressed to hear that. And my sister?
Hi, everyone. My name is Stephanie. I'm sure some of you have seen me say, my name is Stephanie, the founder of Virtually Steph, and I look forward to owning your business. That is like my favorite intro. So I'm a virtual assistant, and my expertise is in customer relations, administration, support, social media management, and I do a lot of event coordination.
Okay.
Yes.
So now I feel like I have a competitor now, No,
I'm usually behind the scenes. I do have a client that also has a podcast. So I would help the client organize guests like we did today, find venues and stuff like that. So I'm not your competitor. I am just a support system.
How do you think?
Promise.
How do you think about my line of work?
Well, you did say you specialize in videography, some photography, and now podcasting. I think it's an interesting space. The creative space is very it's very spacious. Like there's a lot you can do. Growing up, we just thought that it's just photographer, camera person, etc. But when you actually work in that space, you realize there are video editors. There are people who just specialize on sound. There are people just specialize with lighting. Staging. I thought staging is just for real estate. Actually, every podcast has a specific reason why a plant is there, a book is there, the mic is spaced like this. So your industry requires a lot of intelligence. It requires a lot of organizing and requires a lot of dedication, because you will need to put in a lot of work before you actually reap the results of your work.
Thank you so much for saying that now. Like I'm feeling proud now. I'm like, yes.
No, it's a serious industry. I wish our parents could see how serious it is when somebody say they want to be a creative, they want to be a video editor, a photographer. It's a lot of work. You really need to be a smart, dedicated person to succeed in that space.
And also how technology has evolved. I mean, it's really evolved a lot compared to what it used to be. Okay. So to get here and be able to master all this equipment and everything, it takes a lot. I'm still learning to navigate new technology.
And then especially Katia, I'm really happy. And then I thank Stefan, for a clear collaboration, because when I hit up to her, I thought about what I wanted. She said like, no, I know someone that can do better, and I was really impressed by that because if we can be in a position of helping each other as young entrepreneurs, as people who are trying to do something for the upcoming generation in that way, I really appreciated that.
Very true.
So as a woman empowerment specialist, it sounds long-ish.
Let's focus on the woman part.
Yes.
Okay.
That's the important part.
So now I'm on you first.
Okay. Not a problem.
On the woman empowerment only.
Okay.
So as a woman empowerment specialist,
okay,
what was your motivation? Like what come to your mind first to tell yourself like, no, now I'm going into women empowerment. Now I'm doing this. What was the motivation? What is the background? What was the plan?
So the background stems from when my mother was still alive and then she passed away. But growing up and watching her deal with trials and tribulations, but always having a smile on her face. But she dealt with so much. She died at a young age with a heart attack. So for me, she was my role model. And watching her and everything that she actually endured and took on made me so proud of her as a human being and made me also want to aspire to be just like her. So I didn't really communicate much growing up and having a voice as a woman. Hence, I went through a whole lot of different things like your narcissistic relationships. Ooh. Yes. I went through trying to build a career, but not being valued, but also feeling oppressed because I didn't feel like I could have a voice as a woman. And then I went to obviously opening businesses, which people think it's all glamorous and beautiful, but the journey and the struggle still continues with the obstacles that I had to knock out of the way. And thinking to myself that there are so many women that are going through so much. And if I overcame all these type of things, I want to help women have a voice. I want to help women be the better version of themselves. I had to get out of it on my own. There was no help at that given time, growing up, that to say that I can speak to this person or I can seek professional help. Somebody that would understand what I'm going through, because the subjects that we have to talk about, like women abuse, narcissistic relationships, going through watching your parents fight, all those type of things, you always felt like at that given time that it was taboo. Okay. It wasn't subjects that women could actually voice and speak out and people would actually support. Because GBV was never this big as it is now, with what's happening now. Now everyone is taking femicide and GBV seriously, but back in the day it wasn't as serious as what it is now. Okay. So being able to transition from getting out of that to being a person that is more confident in herself, that aspires to do better, to evolve in her own personal life, to get over the trauma alone and be able to feel fulfilled and to heal constantly, because healing is not something that happens overnight. So that's where it all stems from.
Wow. I'm really impressed to know that you went through a whole journey to be where you are right now. And what inspired you to keep on moving?
Well, faith in God and believing that there is something better for me out there, and that I had the strength within myself through my mom. She was the key. She was my driving force. She was my everything. And with that, and her leaving my brothers obviously under my responsibility, taking that role and that leadership to say, I need to be the better version of myself, not only for myself, but for the people that look up to me as a role model.
Okay. So there's a saying now before juggling in all the stuff that I want us. Mrs. Lopepe. Can you please tell us your background?
Okay, so my background is in corporate.
Okay.
I was an office manager administrator for about 7 years. Before that, I studied corporate communication. So I actually wanted to do PR, marketing, and all that stuff because I love fixing things, like the fixer. So I was like, the media, it plays a big role in how people's images are fixed, and I love that. So that's why I went into it, and I ended up doing admin because that was the internship available to me.
Okay.
And then, to be honest, when I was young, I hated admin. Just in general, I hated admin in general. But I just got better at it. My colleagues would enjoy the work that I'm doing. I felt valuable. And then 7 years is a very long time to be doing one thing. Like, it's a very long time. And I felt stagnant, right? I felt like everyone else was benefiting from my work except for me. I had the skills, but I didn't have the monetary value to showcase the skills.
Okay.
So I was like, you know what? Let me use the same effort that I use for someone else for myself. That's why I began freelancing. I heard about virtual assisting during the COVID period, but I didn't take the step because I was scared. And then 2 years ago, I was like, let me do it part-time. On the weekends, in the evening, I'll do my client's work. And during the day, I was at my job. And then last year, I decided to take the leap of faith and just resign completely, freelance, and just go for it. And I love working with clients that are making a difference, clients like Katia, because I feel like my purpose on this earth is to not leave the earth the way I found it. Right. So whatever field I am. So whenever I work for a client, I know that the work that they do, they are changing someone's life. I have clients that are coaches. I have clients that are selling products that change people's life, because I feel like there's no point of having money in this world and you don't help your community. So that's what resonates with people that I work with. I know the work that they do is impactful, and I'm part of the team that makes that work possible. And that's my background.
I'm really impressed because you are speaking with your heart.
Yes,
like when you're speaking, I can hear love coming out of that. Like, you enjoy what you do.
Yes.
You love what you do.
Yeah.
And I'm really, really, really impressed.
Yes.
So today, when I was doing my research before getting there, you said something that last year you resigned.
Yes.
And to start freelancing.
Yeah.
How does it feel to resign?
Yeah.
And starting something that you are not sure that it can even work?
It's scary. And I was supposed to leave my corporate job long time ago, but I never made the jump because I was scared. It's scary to not have income guaranteed. It's scary to put yourself out there, because when you're a freelancer, you have to market your own business, market your own services. So like, you are literally dancing for clients, right? And it felt like being vulnerable in front of people. That was scary. But I had to take the leap of faith, because I was getting sad. I was getting depressed. I was just getting, I was resentful of my own decisions, because being in any career space, yes, circumstances get you there. Like, oh, you're making this because of this. But those are decisions you're making yourself. So I was very, I had to do a lot of self-forgiveness, that I stayed in one place for far too long than I was supposed to. So I need to take the step and jump now. So freelancing is it's an uncertain space, especially if you're starting out. I believe it's a profitable space, because I have seen people make real 6 figures, millions of rand as freelancers or as self-employed people. It just takes time, because I'm new in this space. I have to create credibility. I have to showcase my work out there. I have to share testimonials. Clients have to refer me and all those things. So those are things that you start out, but I do know with time, my name will be able to speak for itself, and I'll be able to be an executive virtual assistant for CEOs and chairmen. And that's the goal. The goal is to work for a high-paying client, because I still want to help people, but I don't want to stay broke, honey.
Yeah.
So we want to make the money and still make impact. That's the goal. You know, I don't want to be a smart broke girl. One of my favorites say that, don't be a smart broke person. I want to be smart and still profitable. So, yeah.
That's a good word that I've heard. Don't be a smart broke girl.
Exactly.
So this morning, when I woke up, I was not prepared for the podcast because I've been sick for the past 3 weeks.
Oh, okay.
Flu and
yes, the flu is going around.
Yeah.
And yesterday I really felt sick. I was like, I don't want to postpone this podcast. I have to shoot it.
Yeah.
Yes.
And this morning when I woke up, I'm like, even though I'm not feeling good, but I still have to shoot it. So, and I just grabbed some Panado and stuff. I'm like, and I rest.
Yeah.
I'm like, I rested enough and just came back alive. So there's a saying that say, when women are empowered, they are better able to participate in decision-making process at all levels.
Yes, that's very true. Because when you are empowered, you feel confident, you believe in yourself, so your mind is clear and you can make conscious decisions.
I don't want you to spoil everything since I'm not there yet.
He's like, he wants an appetizer.
I'm like, I don't want you to spoil everything yet.
Okay. We'll go slow. We won't give all the gems. We'll go slow.
Let's start over.
Okay.
Now, back to point one.
Okay.
How do you define empowerment?
Okay, so for me, I've heard the word empowerment a lot lately, and it's all over. For me, the definition of empowerment is action.
Okay.
Woman empowerment is not a word, it's an action. What are you doing in your community, in your homes, by your colleagues' sides out there? What are you doing? Because like they say, charity starts at home. Empowerment starts at home. What are you doing? What are the action steps that you are taking to empower your surroundings, your community, your neighbor, your colleague, your friend, your brother, your sister?
Okay.
So for me, the definition of woman empowerment is action.
So women need to take action.
Yes. Take action to uplift themselves and to uplift the people around them. Because with you uplifting yourself, you can uplift yourself in many ways, in many forms. You can uplift yourself in your personal life. You can uplift yourself financially. You can uplift yourself knowledgeably, learning, developing yourself. You can uplift yourself in your career. If you're not happy in the position that you're in, you obviously take steps to get to where you want to be. You understand? And then with you being empowered, obviously you empower your family. If you've got children, you will empower your children. You will empower your granny, your mother, and then your community as well, because people will look up to you and they will seek guidance and advice, and you will be there to walk the journey with them.
And now you're giving me another definition of empowerment that I didn't know. Like there's a personal touch on it. And how do you empower yourself? Because, you said it's saying take actions sound easy to say, but I need to know what action I'm taking.
Okay, firstly, your mindset is something that's so vital and important. And your mindset can make you or it can break you. And if you wake up with a positive mindset and you yourself make a pact with yourself that you are going to think positively, regardless of the circumstance, the situation, whatever it is that you are going through, if you have a positive mindset, the outcome will be positive, no matter how big the obstacle is. I wake up in the morning and I tell myself that whatever it is that's in my mind, whether it's work that's floating around, stresses, anxieties, whatever it is, I don't touch my phone immediately and look at my phone, because you will be reading about everything that's happening, that's surrounding you, all the negativity that's in the world, the COVID, whatever's happening out there, that will put your mood in a negative space. But before you walk out that door, or whether you have to take care of your children, you're a stay-at-home mom, or whether you're going to your career, or whether you're going to your business, or whether you're going out for a cup of coffee, you look at yourself in the mirror, as crazy as it sounds, and you tell yourself that I can make it. I am good enough. I am beautiful. I can do this. And let me tell you that if you do that, as crazy as it might sound, you will leave everything behind when you leave that door. And you will go out there with a positive mindset, knowing that you have paved the way for a good day, for things to be positive. So things do happen. There will be obstacles. But if you have a positive mindset, you are strong enough to move that obstacle. You're strong enough to do whatever it takes to fight for your life, to fight to get through to the other side.
Okay, that sounds really, 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 really good and really deep. Because since the beginning, I feel like you guys are speaking with your heart.
Yes, definitely. I'm passionate about it.
I'm like, I don't want to put my organs in the situation like this.
Oh my goodness.
And now I have a really interesting question that I would like to know from you. How do you make balance? I know that you have a family that you take care of, and you have 2 businesses that you have. Are you also pursuing a career?
No.
Okay.
I was pursuing a career, and then I was thrown in a deep end, and then I was forced to run my business, and then I opened a second business.
So how do you make balance? Because a lot of women now are not taking actions. Let's be so are not empowering themselves by taking actions, saying that no, I don't have enough time. I have a lot of on my hands that I can't handle by my own. So as someone who is running 2 businesses and running a family, taking care of the kids and all of that, how do you make balance?
Okay, firstly, it's like I said, it's mindset. And also organizational skills. You have your list and you prioritize. I know what I need to do for the day. I know what I want to achieve for the day. You set goals. And I like to start with small goals and then move myself to working on the bigger goals. Because once you have small goals, they're achievable goals and it won't put heavy pressure on your shoulders. So I start with small goals. I set my goals for the day, what I want to achieve in that day. You understand? And then once a certain time has clicked, I know that this is now my next duty, which is cooking, ensuring that everything is done. And then also what's important for women, because not everyone can be a superwoman. You understand what I'm saying? We are human beings. And there are women that have 3, 4 children, that have more responsibilities, maybe that work a night shift and that. If you have a good support system, that is so vital for you to have a good. If you have a partner and your partner is there you rope him in. You say, I'm running a little bit late. I'm going to have meetings or whatever the case may be. Can you assist with this? You understand? Or if you don't have family around you, because family obviously would come first, then you get somebody that can assist you. A nanny, somebody that can help you with those extra tasks, because saying that we can achieve everything all the time is being unrealistic. The fact is coping, strategically setting goals. You start off with your small goals and you work yourself to bigger goals.
So you're actually the second person who's giving. So now I'm feeling like it's a copy and paste of the same situation that's happened. Because I had one of my guests in my recent episode.
Okay.
She definitely said the same thing that you're saying right now.
Which is true.
I'm like, maybe there is a common mindset for people that empower themselves. Because she said stuff, I just felt like, like there is a copy and paste of same word and something. So I think that's why when you spoke about the mindset, about elevating women mindset, I think if there can be a common way that women think,
yes,
I think that will be the way forward to to move to greatness.
Yes, you see, because sometimes women think that they can achieve everything on their own, and they try to achieve. That's when they get overwhelmed and say that I'm doing too much or there's a lot on my plate. But you haven't taken the steps to ask for help. there is help. There is help out there.
I get you. So
Can I add to that?
Yes.
I think it just depends. I think society or our community, we are responsible of how our women are operating, right?
Yes.
Because yes, there is help you must ask, but sometimes people don't have the village to assist, right? Like immigrants, like somebody like me who's from Congo. If my family was not here, I would have been alone. So one would say that circumstances dictate how we move as women. But I think what we can say is that with time, we are learning that even if you don't have a family, you can pay for your village.
That's very true.
You're, like you said, a nanny. A nanny is part of your village,
That's
right?
very true,
You
yes.
can outsource what you don't have. And people who do not have the means to outsource, because not all of us have money
Yes.
and resources and all these things, is that we have access to information.
That's
right?
very true.
If you do not know, there are organizations, there are NPOs, NGOs, there are government funded organizations that assist, whether it's funding for businesses, whether it's to just providing free information. Corporations have CSI projects where they are giving away money to support women-led businesses. So I think time detects how women move. With time, people are realizing that when you empower women-owned businesses or women-led families, you are empowering a whole community of people, right?
Yes.
So I think it's not that women want to do it themselves, it's that sometimes we don't have access to the resources that will help us move forward. And sometimes we think that if we ask for help, that means I'm not good enough. Why couldn't I not do it by myself? There's so many things that go into places why.
Not to cut you.
Yes.
But now I feel like women are confiscating my podcast now, you know. I invite them now, but now they just speak among them.
We can't help it.
So when you said something very important.
Yeah.
So do you think victimhood is the barrier to women empowerment?
Victimhood, define victimhood. It's like, are we sitting around and complaining? Or I don't know.
You know, as you said, like, I don't want to ask for help
Yes.
because I don't want people to see that I am less than what I can offer. You see, and now I just end up not asking for help, but not asking is not helping me to move forward.
It's not helping you.
That's the
no,
thing.
I think it just depends. Like I say that if as a community, as a society, we stand and be like, humans need help. No human can function on their own. People will be more receptive to taking that help. And if we also normalize when somebody asks for help, that does not make them weak, and it does not mean you use that assistant as a weapon against them. A lot of people don't take help because the people around them will have something to say. You are always asking, you're always in need, you are this person, all that stuff. It's just how we need, as a community in general, as humans, not as a community as Black people, as humans in general, we need to normalize that we have to work as one in order to move forward. And that's not a victimhood. That is just something, if I don't know that, I will not act on it. Like for myself, for 7 years, I stayed in corporate and be like, it's my fault why I'm here. Okay, it's my fault why I am because I took a decision, but it's also my responsibility to remove myself from whatever stagnation I'm feeling. So if we encourage people, it's like the same way you can fall in a dump, it is the same way you can take yourself out of that dump. I don't know if that makes sense.
It makes a lot of sense. And to take it just a few steps back,
Yeah.
it all boils down to mindset.
Yeah.
It's your mindset. If you have imposter syndrome
Yes.
and all that, it's your mindset.
Yeah.
And everything is evolving. Yes, back in the day, it was like that. But now we are striving to teach women to have a voice, to speak up. And you know what? Back in the day, everyone used to worry about, you do still have people like that worry about what the next person says and what the next person says. But when you focus internally and you focus on your journey, on where you headed, you will see how you can grow. Because if you have to think about it, those same people that are judging you or that are saying whatever they're saying to you, do they assist you in your life? That's my mindset. Are they helping me to pay my bills? Are they helping to take me further? Because it's all about associating yourself with people that will broaden your mind. You understand? So it all boils down to mindset and information. Like you said, information is vital. And that's why I wanted to actually spread the word some more, because women are still, you do find women that are closed off, women that don't have a voice, women that feel oppressed, women that are dealing with circumstances that they cannot speak out about because they still feel intimidated of what the next person will say. And at the end, that woman will land up with mental health issues. She will either land up dead, which is what's happening out there. She will end up abused in silence, and she will end up having nervous breakdowns. And it's things that I personally went through, but thank God I am still alive. I am still here to help the next woman who is going through the journeys that I've been through, that I never had someone to hold my hand and say, let me help you have a voice.
By helping, you said that's a very powerful word, helping. I have a question that came from someone, but today I'm allowed to mention the name of the person.
Okay.
Her name is 𝐓𝐇𝐈𝐒. Her question is, confidence is often cited as a key factor in empowerment. What strategy do you recommend for women to build and maintain confidence in their career and personal life?
Okay, well, confidence is not just what you look like on the outside.
Okay.
I can be dressed like this and feel confident about the way I look, but internally I'm not confident. My self-esteem is low. So it all stems down to building your self-esteem. What is making you not feel good enough in the work realm, in your personal life, in your business? Because what you feel inside comes out on the outside. You understand? So a power suit or lipstick is not going to make me be a confident person. You understand? Because people will see right through it. When I'm going through to a business meeting and I'm looking good, but I am not voicing what it is that I'm thinking, my opinion, what I think about the meeting or what I think of where we headed, then I've got a lack of confidence. I've got imposter syndrome and I've got a lack of self-esteem. So it's also got to do with your circumstances, the environments. You understand? Because if I'm in an abusive relationship and I'm going out there, I'm going for a power meeting, I am not going to feel confident. Because at home, my husband or my partner or my boyfriend is busy swearing at me and telling me that I'm not good enough. And us, like I said, mind over matter. My mind is going to take over and I'm going to hear those words that he's busy feeding me. So it's a decision for me to fix myself internally, to seek the help that I need, to heal internally, to get out of that situation. Because I can't say I will be confident being in an environment that is a negative environment, because who you associate yourself with is so, so vital. They can break you or they can make you.
Have you ever guys been in a situation like that, to make it a bit realistic?
Yes. I have actually. Oh, sorry, but you can go first.
I'm saying yes because you just said your background is you are a survivor of gender-based violence.
Yes.
So that's why I was saying yes, because that's what you said in your background. Before I let you tell your story, I think one of the practical strategies, because the question is, what are the strategies for confidence personally and career-wise? I think once you figure out personally your career also, because it's interconnected. For me, how I learned confidence is finding my identity in Christ. Because confidence is linked to what you say, who I am internally, and how I see me. So because not trying to compare myself with people, because like social media, we'll also get into that later, is that it influences us because you are seeing other people's reflection and you think you are not good enough.
Yes.
But if you know who you are, you know your identity in Christ, because all of us are made uniquely. We all have our own destinies, our own timing to reach those destinations, those goals. All of us won't be married at the same time. We won't have 1 million rand at the same time. No, it's all different. Once you understand that you are one person God made for you, uniquely made, you understand that, okay, my identity is in Christ. He's my maker. What does he say about me? Christ says I'm wonderfully made. I am beautiful. I'm all these things, all these positive things that Christ say. Then nobody else's opinion, including my own that is negative, contradicts my maker. Once you understand that, your confidence starts to build. And once you start to build that, you start to block what is not for you. So you block that, what I'll say social media, because that is what we are interacting with every day, right? So online, you get all these reflections of people's highlight reels. You have to remind yourself what you are seeing online is someone's 20 years of work, and you are just seeing year 20. You don't know that person's year 1, right? So once you understand that, okay, yes, this person is succeeding, but this person has a story behind that success. You stop comparing yourself. And also when you understand that not everything is real online, you also stop comparing to fake things. People use filters. People exaggerate figures. People do all these things. So once you understand that, you quiet down that imposter syndrome saying in your head, and you also focus on what really matters. For me, as a young person who's on social media, it's very difficult being 29 years old. You see other 29-year-olds travel the world, do these things. But I have to remind myself that, you know what, God has a plan for me. And every day I'm actively working to achieve those goals, right? Because I can't complain, be in this dark space and not actively do something about it. So for me, the basics is knowing my identity. And once I started doing that, I started blocking, muting. Practical steps, like she said, practical strategies, mute, block, do what you need to do. Because if you don't do that, it influences the rate of which you work. You may be doing well, but because you are comparing yourself to other people, you will stop the work you are doing, and then now you're not achieving your goals. How does it work? And in terms of career-wise, one of my people told me that I need to keep record of my small achievement, no matter how small it is. If career-wise, if let's say they told me to complete a task, my deadline is this, I made that deadline, that's an achievement. I write it down so that any time that I doubt myself that am I really good at my job, I go back to that list. No, I have met this project. I got hired. Some people are not hired. I have employment. I have X and Y skills. My employment or my department met their goals. Those are all achievements to remind you that you are capable of doing what you want to do in your career. Those are like practical steps as somebody who's new in this workspace of working for myself. Those are the ones. Then I'll let Katia do the other stuff.
Guys, I think you can understand that, I'm watching them speaking as you guys are watching. Let's go, Katia.
So for me, and it's something that I personally learned myself, is that you need to be authentic. Don't try to mimic somebody else. Don't try to be somebody else. You need to be authentic with yourself. I speak this way. I stand this way. I dress this way. I am my own person. And also what I've learned is the values that I grew up with, which is what makes me. I'm resilient. I'm courageous. I'm strong. You understand? That is what makes me who I am today. It's the values that I grew up with. I grew up with the values and morals. And, a lot of times when you ask somebody, do you know who you are? Who is Katia? And they can't answer that. And like she was saying, that's what it is. You need to know yourself. Once you know yourself, you will believe and you will stand for something. I stand for the fact that I am strong, I'm resilient, I'm courageous, and I'm alive. I'm a survivor. I'm a warrior. That is what I live and aspire for. You understand? So I don't play victim and go back and say, oh, my life was like this. I'm saying that I am who I am today because of where I come from. Had I not gone through all those trials and tribulations, had I not faced those challenges, I wouldn't be who I am today. I would have been a different person. But I know that my strength and myself as a woman and myself as a woman wanting to uplift the next woman stems from who I am. And I know who I am by the values that I grew up with and the trials and tribulations.
That's really, really, really powerful. You know, I'm really impressed by you guys, you know. I'm like, it's like women are teaching me stuff now, you know. I'm just sitting there and hearing about women, but you guys are definitely doing great. And I'm definitely impressed by that. And you said something really important. And there's that time I was listening to Miles Monroe. He said something that really blew my mind. He said, if you don't know who you are, you will never know where you're from.
That's true.
And when you speaking about that, it's reminding me, women, this podcast is just not for you. It's for us too. Because now I'm learning stuff.
You can use this. Anyone, you can use this. You're right.
And I saw this somewhere. Say, I believe that empowering African women across the continent, academically and professionally, will accelerate economic.
Yes, women are the nation, and if we assist women, if we uplift them, you know, in all aspects of their lives, we grow the nation.
Who is that we?
We, as in us,
Everyone.
as women, because empowerment is not for one person.
Yes.
Empowerment is a multifaceted thing. You understand what I'm saying? And it's a multifaceted action that all of us women can take place in empowering, because I cannot change the world. I can start in my home, in my community, but it's us in unity as women, as a collective, that will take those steps to changing the nation and women and growing them and helping them be the better version of themselves.
Just to add to that, I think to answer your question, women empowerment is not just the sisterhood thing. Everyone can participate, including men, because women and men form society.
That's very true.
So I think people must understand that when we say women empowerment, if you don't find yourself in there, you have to think about it. Am I an active ally to empowering women? And it's not, I think people, it's not just, support this. No, guys. You can empower women through resources.
That's why I say action.
Exactly, action. I love that. Empowerment is action. As an ally to women empowerment, you can give access to resources, to opportunities, to networking connections, to safety. You can even, people have organizations that are founded by men, but for women. Why? Because you understand that you've got the power in society. You have the money. People respect your opinion more than a woman's opinion. So why not use that power to uplift the people that are not as empowered as you? So women empowerment is an action by a collective. And that collective is both man and woman.
That's true.
That is the only way. Yes, women, we can empower each other. But if Elon Musk decides today he wants to have a subdivision of just women-led businesses, that is a man who's taking his money and his influence to make a difference. So that is what women empowerment is, and action also, by the collective.
Yes, I fully agree with that. And also in homes, you have your husbands, your partners, by them supporting you. What is that doing? It's enabling you to empower yourself because you have the time. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying? So that's the man's role, assisting you to achieve what you need to achieve. And I found that a lot of the time, it's not what happens. You understand? Sometimes you find that men will feel that they're in competition with women that now the woman is like growing and men are like that. You understand what I'm saying? It in different situations. But if you work together, and that's what we all need to realize, women and men, if we work together as a team, there's a lot that we can achieve. Yes. There's a lot that we can achieve. So
your advice to sustain empowerment in our society is not to categorize empowerment in women only.
Yes.
But,
it's a collective
but it needs
effort.
to be a collective effort.
Yes.
That's
Man
true.
and woman needs to take action to say, okay, we want this to make the world a better place.
Amen.
Yes.
Yes.
That's a very good point.
Yeah.
So now, okay, I have a question for you, Katia.
No problem.
It's another question because, I'm like, now I have questions. And for step 2. Okay, let's start by Steph and finish with you.
No problem.
Okay. Oh my word.
How does your work as a virtual action assistant
Yes.
intersect with women empowerment?
Okay, so for me, like I said, with my work, I like to work with clients that are making a difference, right? And to be honest, a lot of my clients, when I began, a lot of my clients were men because they were empowering me. I will be honest with you. I think I have said it online. My first clients were because of my community. My community stood together and they started referring my services. And those community, they were men. They were men, and I don't want to name them because I don't want problems. But I didn't ask for permission to name them. But they were men who saw potential in me and started referring me. And I was really shocked that, oh my God, because there's this assumption that a lot of the men around us don't support. But when you find the ones that do,
they really support.
Empower. They are the real definition of empower. They know the access to resources they have. They know their networks. So they decided to assist me. And once I was getting better, I started to see that a lot of the clients that they were referring me to were women. Those were women-led businesses. And those women-led businesses were making a difference. So like she said, it's a collective effort. That's what the women, like they are coaches that are helping women regain their voice. There are women helping in sales. Like they're like, no, you don't know how to sell. Let me teach you how to sell. Those are the clients. So how Virtually Stay for being a virtual assistant connect with empowerment is that every single person that I work with, their businesses, whether it's a product or service, is there to make a difference. There's no point for me to work for someone. All they want is to have a profit. But the community they are profiting from are not empowered.
Yes.
So that's the whole goal. And I think because I'm also a believer, I believe that it is our role to make our communities better. And we do that with the skills because not all of us can be on the pulpit. Yes. So if your skills is like Katia to empower others, that's how she's making a difference. So I'm always drawn by people that are making a difference. If I just want a paycheck, that would have been easier for me, but then it will make me sad. I want to be somebody who makes a difference in their community. So any person that I work with, the product or service that they sell, it makes a difference in whatever community or clients they are selling to.
That's
beautifully
really
said.
I was thinking of going with the same question with Katia, but I'm changing her.
Okay. Okay, Katia, you get your own question.
Wow.
Katia, I saw that
I love it.
you organize a networking session.
Yes.
Mentorship session.
Yes.
Can you share a bit of your experience?
Okay, so I do one-on-one sessions, which is just between two people, where you obviously voice. I mean, I have a lot of clients that deal with different factors, like I said, the GBV and all that. And
what is GBV, if I may ask?
It's gender-based violence.
You know, I speak French, so I speak in French.
Yes, you probably
I can say it in French.
I'm like, I'm speaking French.
Yeah, so I deal with a lot of, and they have mental health issues and a whole lot of different issues. Then that's one-on-one. But the group sessions as well, they're great because everybody's got a different perspective. And sometimes in those sessions, you feel that you're the only one that has been through a specific situation, and you come to find that somebody's been through something even worse. You understand? And that helps your healing process because you're able to speak and you're surrounded by people of the same type of conflicts that they've gone through or trials and tribulations that they've gone through. So it helps you with the healing process, and especially with being able to speak and not to have so much like pressure on your shoulders and feeling that you're walking that journey alone. Just to know that there's a collective of women that are there to straighten each other's crowns and that have been through maybe even worse than you have been. And you feeling like, am I the only one that has been through this? You know, I'm even embarrassed or I'm ashamed. There's a lot of shame and embarrassment that comes with you speaking about why you stayed in a relationship like this or why you went through something like this and you didn't get out when you were supposed to, because there's a lot of judgment out there. But when you're in closed doors and you're surrounded with those women and you see, you know, that women are actually able to open up, they're actually able to cry, they're actually able to speak about what it is, you know, that's been bottled up. It's a beautiful journey. And then I also have networking events where women come together. Then I partner or collaborate with mental health specialists, a mental health coach. You know, then they can guide them in the way and techniques of how to deal with mental health. And then same with nutrition, with a whole lot of things, because us as women, there's so many elements to us. I mean, parents, working person, you understand what I'm saying? And women are filled also with a lot of emotions that they don't know how to like get it out and deal with it and express it. You understand? Because when you go through depression and all the things that you go through in life, everybody has a different way of dealing with it. Like my way of dealing with depression was to close myself off from everyone and not communicate with people. Do you understand? Because I wanted to be in that little bubble. And then you lose your friends, you lose society. You don't know what's happening out there because you're closed off. Then you get women that eat a lot. You understand? That's their way of getting it out. Then I know of women that cut themselves. There's so many different ways that women express emotions. Why not express it in a community filled with women that are there to support you and that can help you in your healing journey?
What is that one session that where you felt fulfilled, like after having a one-on-one session with someone, and that experience change your views on empowerment?
Okay, well, I would say that it's having a session on women being abused for me. That really touched me deep inside, because I felt fulfilled because I was able to be there through the healing process. Whereas when I went through it, there was nobody there to hold my hand and to walk the journey with me. So being able to actually help someone heal and see a difference in their lives and see that what you are doing is actually making an impact in society, in the women's lives, for me, that is something that I can even scream on top of a mountain to say that I feel fulfilled being able to be the one to make that difference in that person's life where I didn't have that opportunity.
You know, there's a word that I've been hearing along our conversation is making difference.
Making a difference. Yeah.
Making a difference is now something, you know, I think when I will get back home, it's a word that's gonna be stuck in my mind. Making a difference. I think we are able to make difference if we know what is good and bad. If I know what is good, I can be able to do bad because it's different. If I know that this is bad, I can be able to do good. So what is that thing that can motivate me to join one of your session if I was a woman?
Okay, you can join my session if you just want to be motivated and, you know, the circumstances around you make you not feel motivated. You can join my sessions if you are going through trials and tribulations and you want assistance to be the better version of yourself, whether it be in your personal life, in your career, in your business, you know, because in terms of business, if you are youth, which is a lot of unemployed youth out there, and you want to take those steps, but you're always saying that I cannot take the steps because I'm living in this environment, or this person is negative, that person is negative. No. Whoever you are, you can stand up and you can make a difference in your life. You can change your life. You can change your circumstance, and you can pursue your dream. You know, because often at times people say, I can't do this because I don't have the resource. I can't do this because I don't have money. You can do. You start somewhere. I never had the resources to start a business. And what I would tell women out there, youth out there, young girls out there, that you can achieve anything you set your mind to. Mind over matter. So to join my empowerment sessions would be any woman that wants to progress in their lives. Personally, as a single mom, as a married mom, as a woman in general wanting to uplift herself in her personal life and not knowing or having the steps to do so. Any woman in their career that want to develop themselves, that want to achieve more, that want to grow within where they are, that want to overcome office politics, that want to overcome that barrier of having imposter syndrome. Any woman in business that wants to start a business, that is scared, that, you know, needs guidance on how to start a business. I have done it. I have done it, and more than once. So I'm there to hold your hand and walk the journey with you as a woman.
That's really, you know, I'm like, am I really here, or I'm living in my mind? Mrs. Lopepe?
Yes.
I'm back to you.
Okay.
Have you been in Katia's session, network session or anything like that?
No, but I met Katia via another entrepreneur. Her name is 𝐻𝐇 the entrepreneur. Katia is part of her group of entrepreneurs that she was introducing to us. But when Katia was explaining her work and the things she does, like I told you, I am drawn to people who are wanting to make a difference. That's another word for you.
Yeah, I'm like,
no, I know. So, and I researched Katia, and I think I don't know if I followed her for my business page or my personal page. Katia is her work that she does. If you feel like you're in a slum, just consume her content. She's very relatable. You never feel like she's too far from you. She's that person where you feel like you've known her for a long time. The words she uses, her tone, and you know when someone is a fake and when someone is not a fake. The way Katia does her work, you know that this woman has a story to tell. The advice that is coming from lived experience, is coming from knowledge that we learn from school. This woman has knowledge that we think in life gives us. She has. So it's when you consume a content, it just makes sense. When you're on a website, you can tell the words that have been written that this person really wants to give you voice back. They want you to change your mindset. So that's how I was drawn to Katia. And that's how I'm drawn to any of my favorite content creators that are women. It's just that I can see my face reflected in them. What they are saying, I can apply today, and I'll be a much better person than I was yesterday.
You know, I prepared this podcast just with 2 lines that I saw on
her website.
I'm like, that this is enough to have a whole podcast. Because if I need to write everything down, we can have 10 episodes.
Yeah.
So I don't have the fund for that.
I'll be back.
Anytime you need us.
You know, I was like, you know, I was really impressed. I'm like,
thank you so much.
Yeah. You know, and the good thing with you is like, you are a open-minded person. You see, because most people who are in your position, you know, when you contact them, they answer with a lot of pride, you know. You know, like they're feeling themselves.
Yeah.
You know, but you make everyone comfortable to speak to you, no matter our social range or who I can be.
Oh,
you know, like so like you don't mind about that. You mind about the common point, which is making difference. Because I'm also making a difference now.
Yes, your is making a difference. Yeah.
Definitely.
So,
And
guys,
thank you guys.
Thank you for
You are
having
welcome.
us.
So it was really a pleasure to have you here.
Yeah.
Time is jealous.
Yes.
That's the only thing that I don't like with time, because it's really jealous. When you are not doing anything, time is going like a torture.
Very fast.
But when you have something really, but honestly, this is gonna be one of the powerful podcasts that I've shot so far, because it's weird enough that I shot a podcast and I'm not even speaking. The only thing that I'm doing, I'm asking questions.
Yes.
So I'm not saying anything. It's like you guys had
took over.
my mind, and just, and reading everything out there. I was like, now I need to wear a cap so then you can see what is inside. So thank you so much, guys.
No, thank you.
Your last word. You have 1 minute.
Oh, okay, cool. Oh, so my last word is if you're an entrepreneur, a business owner, a coach, and you need assistance, whether it's in admin, customer support, stuff like that, please reach out to me. It's virtually Steph. It's _virtually_Steph. And you can, I'm sure we'll be tagged in the episode. Please reach out.
Link in description.
Yes,
and there is a
link
QR
in
code here.
description.
The QR code here,
Exactly,
you can scan that QR code to have
exactly.
access to her.
Yeah, so guys, I'm taking on clients, high-paying client, guys. Please do not come here for discounts, honey. We are empowering women. We are paying the full package. Thank you very much. Exactly. Change starts now. So that is what I do. But thank you so much for the opportunity. I think it's amazing to interact with young men who want to understand the journey of a woman, who wants to understand how do they also play a role in empowering women, because empowering women is empowering your family, it's empowering your community. So your platform, yes, it is making a difference.
But you didn't subscribe on YouTube. I didn't see you.
No, I'm saying this because you reached out to me. I didn't know of your platform. And right now, honey, I'm your biggest fan. We are liking, subscribing. We are doing the things.
I get that. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so what I have to say to all the women and men listening out there, but mainly to the women, please have a voice. Have a voice, and I am here to help you. And men, support your woman. So if you need to get a hold of me, you can DM me on Instagram. It's _Katia, Katia, Ribeiro, Ribeiro _ and you can DM me there. I am ready to assist. Have a voice.
And she's fast.
Have a voice and don't be silent. You can achieve anything you want to achieve. To the youth out there as well. Get up and do something about your life. Don't blame it on circumstances. We're here to make a change. We are here to work as a collective. We are here to collaborate. We are here to make a difference. So please join us all. We are here as a unity. And thank you very much for having me on this podcast.
You're welcome. Now, women are teaching me how to promote myself.